Um, Welcome everybody. So how are we doing, people? Hello to you, Mag 2012. How you doing today? I hope you're well. Nice to be here. I'm all right, thank you. What's your name? Oh, Reese. Okay, nice to meet you, Reese. Hello, Chloe. Good to see you again. Um, Nice to see you all here this morning. Looks like it's not too bad of a day today, so it's not a dull today by the looks of things. So thank you for the follow, Reese. So where are you from, by the way, if you don't mind me asking? Is it Wales or something? I know it's quite a popular name in Wales, but hello, sorry, is that Isa? How's it going, Isa? Welcome in here. Hope you're having a good day. So I was thinking about this thing because talking about starting a political movement and all that. But what I've come to realize is that um, I'm Irish, but my name has a Welsh spelling, right? Okay. Top of the morning to you. So this thing of like, there's a saying that goes, "Be the change you want to see in the world." So I've been thinking about that actually, and what that means, and what that means to me. Like, be the change you want to see in the world. You got to, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. So what I mean by this is like, if you want to see a certain change, then you have to kind of like embody that thing that you want to see. So, hello, Phil. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you? Obviously, it's not the real Phil Mitchell, is it? What? EastEnders. So basically, if you want to see more, things like, I don't know, it could be charity or whatever, then you should become that thing. At Joy Essex Agency, thank you for the likes. How are you doing? Hope everyone's well. Thank you for the Rose Kim Zhang P. How are you today? So it comes down to like sort of, you need to, be what it is you want to see in the world. And that's something I'm going to look more into, and how exactly to implement that. And I think a lot of it is about being like kind of an inspiration. Hello, Tiff. Leading by example, I think, is what I'm suggesting here, that by showing a certain way of life that other people may, but the thing is that people don't want to fall kind of, so maybe that video that I made yesterday on YouTube wasn't the best, but that was just my thoughts at the time, and I don't have a wife, no lie. So I've been thinking about it, kind of reflecting on things and coming to realize that maybe, it's all about taking a step back and be like, okay, well, if you want to see something change with the world, then it starts with you. It starts with you being that example, showing a different way, showing a different way of life, perhaps, and in a way that is going to be appealing to people. Thank you for the rose, Chloe, because people don't want to be, feel like you're trying to be pushy or whatever. Um, and it's thank you for the heart me, Chloe. And it's like, we have to just try and accept that. We have to accept that not everybody's going to want to be a certain way in life or whatever. And some people are just going to continue to live a miserable life, and that's their choice. If they want to do that, then that's what they're gonna do, isn't it? Why are you even here, Jen? Now you can watch if you want, but I'm not having you in the chat. I think connection keeps lagging. I don't know. It's just fucking bullshit. I never seem to have any problems with YouTube though. I don't know. I don't know if it's on your end or what, but my connection seems fine, but I don't know. Don't know what's going on really, but it's fucking useless, this shit. I don't know. I would have thought connection would be pretty good today. Weather seems alright, and there's a little bit overcast, but it's not too bad. I don't know. How are we doing today, people? I hope you're all well. Welcome, everybody. Share the live if you can. That would be really appreciated. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. How is everybody doing? There's not anyone else talking now, so just get chatting, everybody. Tell us about your day or something, I don't know. Just say something, please. Otherwise, I'm just going to get off here. But yeah, we were talking yesterday how, most people on here seem to just want drama. I'm not really about that. But whenever it kind of becomes a bit like drama, then that's when everyone seems to want to be here. It's just sad, really. Kind of shows like who people really are at times. Like it's like, what are they really here for? But whatever, Anyway, I don't know. Hello, Mummy Trisha. Thank you for the likes. How are you doing? Hope you're well today. Welcome in, everybody. Share me out if you can. So what's everybody's plans for today then? Anyone got anything exciting planned or anything? Like Sunday, so I guess everyone's just kind of being boring today, I guess. I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, so I was talking about like wanting to get like maybe a bit of land and put like a mobile home on it. So that was something I was talking about last night. I was looking at, whether it's possible to do that, because there's this whole confusion about things like planning permission and stuff like that. And there's these like gray areas and things around it. And you have to really kind of just do your research and stuff. Oh, gym day. All right. My legs are still recovering from the other day when I did the 600 jump squats. So it could take a few days to fully recover. So I'll just do upper body until then. Because that went really hard with that. But it was good though. I'm glad that I did it. But yeah, my legs get sore after stuff like that because of the constant the volume of it and all that. So it's just yeah. Hello, CEO Portable. How you doing? Good morning to you. Hope you're well today. Share me out if you can, guys. Hello, Karen. Hello, Maxine. Anyone on YouTube? Hello. How are you doing today? Is anyone going to chat to me then on there? Or but yeah, what are you doing at the gym then? Yeah. Anyway, so let's just I don't know. I guess we'll just see how this goes, really. But like I said, that was something that I was looking into, and look more into that. So I might just get some land, just put a mobile home on it or something. Yeah, then I'll become like a landowner. I'll be officially a landlord then, won't I? Technically, I have the title of being a landlord. Thank you for the likes, your princess. How are you doing? Welcome in. Hope your day's well. I just have to probably save up a bit of money or something, but yeah. And then I can just get a bit of land, put it on there. But yeah, there's just like, yeah, it's just with the laws and stuff. It's like you just have to be careful with things. But anyway, how are we doing, people? Welcome in. Share the live if you can. Very slow in here today. Well, it is Sunday, I suppose, but still. Hi, Emily. How you doing? Welcome in. How's your day? Hope all is well with you. So yeah. So might be something I'll just focus on, and just kind of like, yeah. So I'll just be living in a friggin' trailer basically. Let's just get rid of that. It's another one of those trolls, I think. So, but you can watch, but I'm not having you chatting. They can't be asked. Right. Yeah. I'm chilling this weekend. All right, fair enough. Like I said, I was looking into like buy it. Hello, Kaylee. How you doing? Hope you well. Welcome to my live. Yeah, hope your Sunday is going well so far. So I'm planning maybe get no work. Oh, that's good then. Get a bit of land, put a mobile home on it. So I was thinking about that a while ago, but I don't know. I kind of just thought about it again, and then just like, yeah, just get like a sort of static caravan or something. The thing is, if you put one on a site, then you've got all these fees to pay. Like you've got site-in fees, like you've got the ground rent and service charge to pay. Whereas if it's on your own land, you don't have to pay any of that. Need to touch grass, says Dozzy. Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you need to touch some grass. Welcome back, Mag. How you doing, Reese? It's toxic, isn't it, on TikTok? Hello, Ivy. Welcome in. I'm from the UK. Hello, Ross. I've got a few more people coming in on YouTube now. I hope everyone's having a good day today. If anybody's new here, make sure you subscribe to me. That way you get the notifications. Put the bell icon on and all that. But yeah, just I'm from the UK. Yeah. Hope everyone's doing well today. I don't know if they're all trolls on there or something. How you doing, Ross? Are you still there? Is Kaylee still there? I don't know. Some people just seem to kind of just come in for a second and then just go instead of like having a conversation or anything. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, just get all these toxic people. But you know what? Whatever. You kind of just learn to deal with it. You know. That's their problem, isn't it? You know. So yeah. So I just get like, yeah, get a trailer, get some, yeah. Yeah, I could do that. But maybe get some more out in the sticks a little bit. I don't know. Away from society. I don't know. I'd still then have to go into shops to get food and stuff, though. That's the thing. I guess it depends. I don't mind. Like, I don't know. It's just I've kind of just got to a point where I just don't really like big cities that much. Even York can get a bit much on certain occasions, like especially at the weekends. I just tend to avoid it. I just can't be doing with like. I was talking about this with Nature's Window about like how everyone's just out for themselves, and I just can't be doing with it. I just can't be doing with people. People just tend to just kind of annoy me. Like you've got all these people just zooming down on their bikes, like almost running me over. No fucking like indication or anything. It just pisses me the fuck off. Hello, Alondra. How you doing? Okay, take care, Ivy. Yeah, Daventry. I've never seen that. It's just annoying, and it's like, yeah, some of these paths are shared paths, but it's like you still have to like have the common courtesy to like show some indication at least, let people know that you're. And it's like they're trying to. It's like they don't slow down or anything like, and just give you any indication. It just freaks me out a bit, these mods. It's like you'd have to like be constantly looking back to check if there's any fucking cyclists behind you. And it's like it's just sometimes I'll be walking, I'm kind of just switch off a bit. But it's like these people are just down on these paths and they just like it's like what the fuck are you doing? You know? I've been all right, thank you. So I was just talking about this whole thing of um, sort of like being an example, and that can be a way to create change in the world. And I need to, do something with my life. Like I said, I'm looking to buy land. And if I can buy some land and like sort of put a home on it or something and just kind of live that way, it'd cut a lot of the costs out of living, wouldn't it? And I think that I just want to do it to try and like inspire others. And like, this is, a way that you could live. And, if you just save up a bit of money and you can just, live life on your terms. So, yeah, I mean, can't listen to music or anything with them around. What's that? What around? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like because it's like they don't give you any chance to like get out of the way, and you almost like feel like you're gonna get run over. It's like they'll come so close to like running you over, and I'm like, fuck off. I mean, I understand we all make mistakes sometimes, but it's all the time with these people. They have no concept of like anything. It was even worse in London when it was like one wrong move and then it's like game over. It's just I couldn't be doing with that. So yeah, I mean, I'd rather probably be just in a more like rural type of area, maybe just like a little village or something. I don't know, out in the sticks somewhere. That'll do me like, and I think there's more of a community spirit in those sort of places, isn't there? Because you've got where it's like everyone kind of knows each other, and I think that there's something good about that. Like now, some people don't like that. Like Rob, I'm all right, thank you. How you doing? Some people don't like to, know everybody, but it's like, well, I think there's a certain sense of like comfort and like security in that, I guess, because everyone seems to have each other's back more, whereas when not everybody knows each other, then it's like it feels a bit more dangerous in a sense, like because anything can happen, really. And it's like you feel like you're a bit more secure in these situations and stuff. Hello, fitness mummy vegan. You all right? Why do people keep coming in and asking that? They're probably just some trolls. Just fuck off. Right. Anyway, I'm all right, thank you. Just dealing with all these troll accounts and stuff, but it's typical, really, isn't it? Oh well. Anyway, don't look like there's a lot going on in here at the moment. It's very slow here today, but it is what it is. But yeah, just keep the chat flowing, everybody. Yeah. I don't know why these people can't just get a life or something. And it's like instead of trying to, I don't know, come and just harass and whatever, it's just, is that the best thing that you can do with your life? Anyway, apparently got 7 people over on the other side, and then there's 4 people on TikTok at the moment. So just just keep the chat flowing and let's all have some kind of conversation. I guess I don't know. I guess people don't really want to do that. Maybe they're just too tired. I don't know. Maybe just scrolling. But yeah, like I said, I'm just probably gonna get myself a piece of land. People can say what they want, but I think that's something I want to do, and I've been wanting to like live that kind of life of just like have a bit of land, just kind of Yeah, get like a sort of mobile home or something like that. So I've been looking into that, actually looking at static caravans, see if there's any like cheap ones. The only thing is, I've been told that they lose value very quickly. Like after like 10 years, they've already like pretty much halved their value. So I'd be probably better off just getting a used one, really. Because if you get a new one, then it's like after a few years, it's already lost a lot of its value. And then it's like there's like a limit on how long these things last. Apparently, it's like it's not like a house where it could last for like hundreds of years or so. It's like so there is that issue of it, but yeah. But at least if I got some land, I'd own that, and that would actually gain value. In fact, let's see how like land value does it. What's that? I'm just wondering about the rate of increase. Does land increase in value over time? See what it says about that. No, it says it can go up in value due to scarcity, increased demand, and strategic location, though it's not guaranteed in its influence. So it's kind of like how like house prices and stuff, that they can often go up in value, but it depends where it is. If it's somewhere that's low demand, then it's probably never really going to go up in price very much. But I think somewhere like York, it's probably gonna keep going up in value because of the demand and the scarcity and stuff. So yeah, so that's something that. Anyway, I hope everyone's well today. Welcome into my live. What is going on? It's very slow in here at the moment, so. But I could just at least I'd have some equity then, and if I ever wanted to sell it, then I could get the money back. So it's good for that, I suppose. So it's like you want to invest in something that's like an appreciating asset, I would say. That's why, yeah, but having some kind of property, whether it's a house or a bit of land or something, that it's going to go up in value over time, most likely. It's most likely not going to go down in value. I mean, it's in general, I'm speaking. But hello, Barrowcloth. How you doing? Welcome in here. Anyway, what's going on here? It's very dead. So I'm going to stand up for a second because have a stretch. Yeah, my legs are kind of still sore from the other day. So take a few days to fully recover. And you do a volume like that, yeah, like DOMS and delayed onset muscle soreness. Hi, Whittier, thank you for the likes. How are you doing? Hope all is well. Hi, Robbie, you're right. But yeah, that's when the muscle fibers tear, and then that's why they get sore, I think. Actually, someone was saying that it's not due to that, but I think that muscle soreness, you could say, is at least a proxy for muscle tear or something. Hi, Pavi. How you doing? Welcome in here. Hope you're doing well today. If you're new here, please give me a follow. That would be really appreciated. What's everybody doing then? Anyone got any plans for today then, or something? Hi, Miss Kitty. Hello, Pumaris. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Yeah, just hit the like button. Thank you for the likes, Kim Zhang P. Welcome back. How are you today? Hope all is well with you. Keep the chat flowing, everybody. Yeah. Hi, Rana. How's it going? Ter, how you doing? Hello, Miss Kitty. How you doing today? Good morning to you. Hit that, get the likes up in here, guys. Thank you very much. Hi, Lydia. Good to see you again. How are you doing? Yeah. Hi, Lily. How are you? Welcome in. Hello to you, Ter. How you doing? I don't know if I pronounced it right, but Ginger King, how's it going? Hope all is well, everyone. Good, thanks. That's good to hear, Lily. Nice to meet you, Lily. What you all been up to today? I'm from Philippines. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's picking up a bit in here now. Lydia says, I'm fine. Thanks, Jamie. That's good to hear. Portado, thank you for following. So I'm just talking about maybe buying some land and putting a static caravan on it or something like that, or some kind of mobile home. What are your thoughts on that? I'm from Philippines. Oh, yeah. Hi, Rochelle. Nice to meet you. How are you doing today? Welcome in here. Thank you for joining me. Miss Kitty, thank you for the likes. Rochelle, thank you for the likes. Keep tapping up your screens. Imani Fowl, thank you for the likes. Diana Melfin, thank you for the follow. How you doing? Nice to meet you, Diana. How's your day going? Are you still there, Lydia? Rochelle says I'm good. That's good to hear. What are you up to today, everyone? Yeah. Nice to meet you too. Yeah, from Indonesia. All right. Seems to be a lot of people from those sort of countries at the moment. So yeah, I guess it's because they're like evening time, isn't it, over there? Yeah, what 10 in the house. Welcome everybody. So yeah, if you've got any questions, but it's like health, fitness, that kind of stuff, let me know. I know a fair bit about health and fitness and things like that. So I'm not an expert, but I do know a few things. Thank you for following, Manette. How you doing, Manette? Hope you're well. I'm from the UK, Lily. Yeah, what about you, Manette? Nice to meet you, Manette. Yeah, tap your screens, everybody. So yeah, anyone still on YouTube? Let me know if you're still watching, people. A bit slow over there at the moment. So yeah, hello, Alfie. Thank you for the likes. Nice to meet you, Alfie. Welcome to my live. So I play a jaw harp sometimes. It's also called a mouth harp or anything. Do you go to the gym? Do you mean GYM, not JIM? What do you mean, gym? It's not spelt JIM. That's gym, like short for James. Some people call me James. That is like a nickname or something. Like my mum, I remember she used to gym. It's spelt GYM, but yeah, I do occasionally. But I usually just work out with whatever equipment I've got or whatever, or just body weight. Just because it's like more convenient to me, really. I don't really like going to the gym that much because it's just I prefer to work out the way I want to do it. Usually, I'll just do like mini workouts and things, and then just hello T, how you doing? I hope you're well. I just kind of work out on my own terms. Whereas if I go to the gym, I feel like I'm kind of locked into trying to do some long ass workout or something, and I'd rather just split it out up and just kind of do it whenever I feel like doing it. So yeah, because when you go to the gym, you have to I have to make sure I've take some clothes to change into. It can just be a bit of a faff, really, going to the gym. It's like I just don't really bother that much usually. The thing is, I work out harder than a lot of the people that go to the gym. Actually, I just started being able to do like pull ups and stuff, just with all the constant like practicing of it and stuff. Hello, Chave from Navajo. How you doing? I'm all right, thank you. To yeah, I don't like working out because it hurts. Well, yeah, sometimes things that hurt are good for us though, because we get the reward of the thing afterwards. The thing of like getting out of your comfort zone and but it shouldn't hurt too much. Like it's all right to feel a bit of discomfort. Hello, Joy. How you doing? I hope you're well. But it's like it's the reward that you get. It's very rewarding. I feel. Obviously, everyone's different, but I just feel like it's worth doing it to feel a sense of like I feel a sense of like kind of calmness and relaxation from it, and I don't get as a kind of oh yeah, thank you, Joy. I'm all right, thank you. Ewo Livio, welcome back. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day anyway. Share the live out if you can. That would be really appreciated. Lily, thank you for the likes. Yeah. But I remember Lydia was we're talking about like red squirrels in Formby or something. I'm gonna have to go there and see if I can spot any because I'd love to see some red squirrels in real life because it's not very common that you see them anymore, is it? But apparently they're trying to like do I work out every day? Almost. Yeah, pretty much. You're welcome. Sorry, I don't have any coins. Don't worry about it. Just people just do whatever they can. Like, I don't expect people who are poor to be like, throwing their money at me or whatever. But if anyone's got any like spare bits or whatever, then it's up to you. Hi, Lexi. I wish I could have the motivation to do the workouts. Yeah. It's just like, but it's like you have to find like the tip if if you're struggling with the motivation, then it's like it's about trying to see some kind of purpose behind it, like some kind of reason. We have to find that why we're doing it. Is it there to be able to kind of be there for like when say like you're getting older and maybe you have grandchildren, for example, and you're still able to be strong enough to like be able to be functional. Adulthood is all about working. Well, it depends on the individual, I suppose, but it's yeah. But it's like we were talking the other day about the thing, when people talk about saving up money, right? So they're like sacrificing their younger years where they're healthiest in the hope that one day they'll become rich when they're retired, but then they're too old to really fully enjoy it. So we have to really be careful what we wish for because it might not end up manifesting the way that we would have wanted it to because we're just too old to really enjoy it. Like when you're in your 60s, 70s, and of course, some people are different. We never know what's going to happen. Some people might end up getting into like health problems, and then, okay, you've got all these millions, but then what are you going to do with it? You might just not even really enjoy it at that point. Peace of mind is also essential. Yeah, definitely. I think saving up money should mainly be for like, say, like it's important to have a buffer, right? It's important to have like an emergency fund in case anything goes wrong. Like for example, if you've got like a pet, it's like you never know if you might have like vet bills, for example, like that. So but then again, some people have insurance on that, but there's certain expenses like say if your roof needs repairing or something like that, like one of your slates come off or something, and it needs repairing, and you can't do it yourself. So then you need to call someone to do it. Maybe your walls need plastering or something. I don't know. Something could go wrong. Do you have that money to be able to do it? Yeah, you're right. Like the saying goes, a shroud that hasn't got pockets. What does that mean? I've never heard that saying before, but it must be some like boomer boomer saying. Maybe Richard would know what that means. It was probably a bit before my time, so yeah. I hope everyone's well anyway. But it's like so much focus goes on like increasing the money that you have, but then a lot of people don't think about how they can save more money, like how they can reduce the cost of living and stuff. Hello, Nui from Hong Kong. Actually, I was actually met someone the other day who was from Hong Kong, and like they were like really into like kind of a bit spiritual actually. So it was interesting to have a conversation with them like about more kind of spiritual kind of stuff because I've been trying to like open my mind up to things, and it's interesting to hear different people's points of view on things and their experiences. Thank you for the follow, Joy. Hear people's different points of view and what have you, like on like because they were talking about like meditation and they were going to the woods and they were saying how they would the best thing to do go into the woods to meditate, and it's just because it's away from like everyone, and they would do it like with no shoes on and stuff, and because they would ground themselves and feel like one with the earth or whatever, and then like kind of I don't know, but I mean some people might think that's all a bit bullshit, whatever, but it's interesting to hear people's points of view. I mean, I think there's something to like meditation. I think there's health benefits to it, and something that I think people should maybe look into trying. Not saying you should do it regularly, but it's like you'll never know until you try. And there's ways of trying to do it like without, it's like if it's like, you live in a noisy environment, just put some headphones on or something, listen to like a guided meditation and just, yeah. Excuse me for a while, sir. I was just watching one of your videos a while ago and I saw you're online. Okay. Okay then. All right. Hi, Leah. How's it going today? Lily says, okay. All right, then. All right. What's going on with the YouTube channel? There's like nobody really there. So, yeah. 2.6K likes. Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, Jab, how's it going? Welcome in here. Hope you're doing well. Nice to meet you. Tap your screens, everybody. Let's get this shared out if you can. That would be really appreciated. Shirley, how you doing today? Hope you're well. Thanks for likes, T. Yeah, what are you up to anyway? So you're in Gosport, wasn't it? Across from Portsmouth, right? Yeah, I think I got it right that time. Yeah. Yeah, Gosport. I think I knew someone that was from Gosport. I remember this guy, he had quite sort of, I think, I don't know if it was because of his dad or something, but I remember he used to talk a lot about, oh yeah, I saw that about Limp Bizkit. Yeah, that's said that, yeah. This guy was from like, I think he was originally from Gosport, but he was like, they had this dad who was like, I don't know, I think maybe he got him into like, because I remember he kept going on about like, Jeremy Corbyn supports terrorists or something like that, but it's like, is that really true? It's like, I don't know what to believe anymore, like with anything. Like, there's a lot of propaganda on all sides of politics and stuff. Oh, it's a military town, right? Yeah, that might explain his interest in like guns and stuff like that. Because I remember he wanted to get into like the army, so that could be influenced by that. I just thought it was like maybe it was also the autism as well, because it was like on the autism spectrum, and that might have exacerbated that even more of like that kind of obsessive interest in it. He had a very obsessive. If I remember, he even had it on his Facebook, like a kind of. I think he had like a sort of picture of a lot of guns on it and stuff, like military guns, whatever. Thank you for the likes, Nee. How you doing, Nee? Hope you well. So I think that would probably explain things about the town then, being a military town. But I suppose a lot of these people can be a lot more kind of, I guess, right wing, if you will, more patriotic, if you will. But I just see it as another form of just brainwashing, really. Just like how the left have brainwashed people as well. They've brainwashed people with woke nonsense, but the right wing have brainwashed people with, well, you're right, with like kind of just blind obedience to like authority and things like that, and thinking that of like you're trusting in the status quo and things. So it's like both sides have been brainwashed. Whether you're on the right or left, I mean, you could probably agree that there's to some degree that both sides have been brainwashed to kind of have a certain kind of perspective on things, or you're anti-government. Isn't that more of like a kind of? But you said you're right, so like, but I was talking about starting a political movement, but I've come to realize that about the I'm not brainwashed. Okay, like the way of going about it would be to like set an example for others, and then try and use that to gain influence, rather than trying to push people into a certain. So maybe that's the right way to go about it. So like, I mean, so the thing is like, thank you for follow Happy Tran. Like I said, I think the best way to go about it is to show it to others of like a way of life, and then sort of then get people to be like, oh, this is how we should. I'm not saying that everyone should live like that, but then it's about kind of, hello, Happy Tran. getting into like public consciousness of just a kind of, you know, because the thing is that what I've come to realize is that part of it could just be like we have these self-limiting beliefs and like thinking that the government can stop you from making it or whatever, or it's because the government or because of this and that. But is it really true though? And it's like if I can try and make things happen in my life. And hello, Camilla. No, I'm not from Brazil, from England, UK. It's like so about being an example, being somebody that can inspire others to improve their lives, to find who they truly are, because that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to find who I am, trying to find purpose in life and all that kind of stuff. And people get so distracted with things and they never really have a chance to do that. They never just sit with their thoughts and be like, oh, maybe this is what I'm about. T says, good luck with that. What is that for real, or is that some kind of I can't really tell like what I'm saying is like kind of, if you want to have some impact, then all right, okay. If you want to have some impact, then well, thank you. Then yeah, then it's like you have to then be that thing. If you get me. Thank you for the likes, Raki. I go on live because a lot of it comes down to just like, hello, Jennifer. I'm all right, thank you. How are you doing? Like for example, I thought that, oh well, I guess maybe I can't just get land and well, thank you for being kind, yeah, like and just live on it. But it's like, well, it says who, like there's a lot of different. Like, people will be like, oh well, you can't do that. You need this and that. So I'd have these ideas that, oh well, what if I can't get permission or whatever? And it's like, well, that's a self-limiting belief then. So it's all about, a lot of it comes down to just sort of trying to reprogram your mind and be like, okay, well, who says I can't do this? Who says I can't make such a thing happen? It's like what I'm saying is that like you might get like naysayers out there that will try and dissuade you from certain things and say that you can't do it or whatever, and how is that going to work? But because they're not open-minded, or they have this sort of perspective of things that is limiting, and obviously, maybe that path is right for them. If they want to go and just live that way that they chose, more power to them. If they get satisfaction out of that, fair enough. How you doing? Go on life. But they shouldn't be trying to like, just tell everyone that that's how they should be living. So yeah, basically, it's like I guess it's just we have to be like realistic as well. It's like, how much can we really affect change in the world on an individual level? It would require a lot of people to really kind of come together. God Life says I'm fine. That's good to hear. Because come to realize it, not that many people seem to really give a damn in actually trying to create any meaningful change in the world. They'd rather just kind of, sort of deal with their own shit or whatever. I mean, I understand like that it's yeah. Hello, Degusty, how you doing? But it's like people would just become. It's like people, the problem is that when people complain, they complain about how bad their situation is. Well, that energy that you're using to complain, you could use that energy to actually make something happen. This world at the moment is a wicked, evil place, and it's getting worse. Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like all these new lols that keep coming in and stuff, and something really needs to get done about it all, doesn't it? You know. Hi, Abby Hafiza. Thank you for the likes. How you doing? Welcome in. If you're new here, please give me a follow. I'm from Brunei. Okay, cool. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, it's like, for example, someone could get arrested for just putting a tweet out, even if they then take that back. So apparently, the woman that got arrested for putting this tweet out, she even afterwards apologized about it. She deleted the tweet and apologized, but they still arrested her and even put her in jail for a bit. So yes, I agree. Yeah, yeah. What's that then? And about the world being an evil place or something. I'm not sure exactly what, because it's like two different chats going on and something. But yeah. But like, yeah, I'm from the UK. The Gusty, where are you from, by the way? So you got 2 years. Didn't she come out early though because of all the backlash against it or something? But if it wasn't for all that backlash, then she would have like. So now I don't necessarily agree with what she said. I think that was quite a extreme thing to say. But it's like, it's just it's not right to like do that. But some might say, oh well, we're setting an example, using her as an example or something. Oh, you're from Pakistan, okay. Yeah, I've seen you before on other live streams and stuff. I had quite a few people in school in fact, most of the people from school I think were from Pakistan or somewhere in South Asia. I'm from the UK, Princess Ariana. Where are you from? Hi, Yanuar. How you doing? Hope you're well today. Thank you for the likes. Hope all is well. Share the live out if you can. Oh, from Indonesia. All right. Freedom of speech, yes, used as an example. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Obnit. How's it going? I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me today. No, you don't, James. God's sake. And Princess from Uganda. Kim Yen, thank you for follow. Hi, Faith Kenya. How you doing? I hope you're well. I just came from the UK in April. All right. To where? You said you mean you came to the UK? Hang on. Where did you say you were from? Was it Indonesia? Did you say or something? Hang on a sec. Where did you say you were from? Yeah, I don't think you said, did you? I don't think you said where you were from. And yeah, thank you for the likes, everyone. So yeah. Hello to you, Scorpius from the Philippines. How you doing today? I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me. So yeah, it's like most of my school were like from South Asia. Palestine, I think that it just gets too divisive when people talking about that because it's like it's a complicated issue. It's like the whole Ukraine Russia thing, and it's like it's more. I'm guessing it's probably a lot more complicated than a lot of people make it out to be. Like I don't know, like everyone gets very polarized, but it's like there's probably going to be a lot of nuance to the topic that it's like I just don't want to get involved with that kind of stuff. I don't really put too much attention to things like that because it's not really anything that I don't know. But yeah, it's just it is shit, and it's like I think ultimately it's like the people that are benefiting are things like the weapons manufacturers and what have you, and the bankers that are like loaning it out to governments and things. These are the people who benefit from wars. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's all designed just to for rich people to make more money, basically. I'm Indonesian. I was in the UK last April. Now studying English. All right. So how's that going? Yeah, Rothschilds. Yeah. So talk about that the other day about the banks and stuff like, and how I think that we should probably get rid of central banking actually, because they keep messing around with like printing money out and shit like that. And hi, Alexius, how you doing? Hello, Queensy, how you doing? What's impossible? Sorry. So they keep printing money out, just constantly devaluing the money. Like they go to like the banks, and it's like, oh, we need to print out all this money because it's like the governments are like connected with like the central banking and stuff, and apparently war makes money. Yeah, it makes a ton of money. With the many weapons manufacturers and stuff, they're like Lockheed Martin, they're making a fortune, and that's all coming off of taxpayers. So it's just thank you for the follow, Mars. Hi, Queensy, how you doing? Now, yeah, it's of course there's certain wars that's like you obviously you need to like sort of if say like someone's attacking you, and you need to like kind of defend yourself, then that's not really a war. That's just defending or something. But wars is sometimes they can happen over like a mutual conflict or something, a vicious circle. Yeah, what do you mean? Like, obviously, I know what a vicious circle is, but I mean like, hello, Lisa, how you doing? Beyond about the whole thing of just constantly, doing this like war machine thing of like just like constantly just creating more and more destruction and just like yeah, and people just keep supporting it. You've got like a lot of money getting like sent out to like sort of people are innocent but government use them basically, like, yeah, people are just getting used as like collateral damage basically, aren't they? They don't care if they get like yeah, all for money greed. Yeah, exactly. So they just use people as collateral damage. They don't care if people die. It's like how many people have died at these wars, like Ukraine, Russia, whatever. I mean, but then again, how much can we really trust? But I'm assuming that a lot of people have been, a lot of things have been, people's lives have been destroyed, people's homes have been destroyed, people who have been, kind of had to be displaced into a different country over it. Hi, Queensy, how you doing? I hope you're well. Welcome in here. Anyway, Corolla, how you doing today? I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome in. Share the live if you can, everybody. Think good for others as you think good for you, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's like, what is it? Treat others as you wish to be treated yourself. It's just, I just think that it's just not right if like innocent people are being killed. Whatever side of a war you're on, it's like, the fact is, a lot of innocent people end up getting killed over it. And it's just, uh, love Jesus 12. How you doing today? Thank you for the follow, Budak. It's like how many people have been unalived in wars just in like the last year. Be interesting to see what the number like death toll from war. Hi Sony. It's probably one of the leading causes of death, actually, I would reckon. In fact, let's have a look. Um, is war one of the leading causes of death? Hello, Sonny. No, war is not one of the leading causes of death globally, although it can be a leading cause during specific periods like major conflicts or in certain countries. In most years, non-communicable diseases like heart disease and stroke and infectious diseases are far more common causes of death worldwide. So, how many people are like unalived in wars? I guess it depends on what time we're in. It's like, but yeah, I mean, when there's like a big breakout of war going on or something, but it's only welcome in. But recently, with all these things going on, the different conflicts and stuff, it's just a mess, isn't it? Through religion too. Yeah, I think like isn't that I'm not sure like, exactly how much of it is caused by religion these days, but I think it was more like historically. Like, I remember there was this video where they were trying to like say that only 7% of wars were caused by religion. But the thing is that, well, that might not sound like much, but that's still, let's say, 1 million people get unalived. That's still 70,000 caused by war, caused by like religion or something. Thank you for the follow, Sonny. So it's like, you're it's like it's still probably going to be quite high numbers, even if you kind of say, oh, it's 7% or something, whatever. I don't know. There's still too many lives lost. It's more, one would be too many. But yeah, but you would think, oh, like religion's supposed to be about peace or whatever, but then they go around trying to unalive people and shit, you know? In Nigeria now, thousands of Christians are unalived by Islam and no news coverage of this or media. Oh, really? I'd have to like look into that, really. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Is that the media only cover what they want to cover. It's like the whole thing of slavery, right? And it's like there's this narrative that about white man bad and black person victim, right? The thing is that that's not really the truth, is it? Because slaves have always been around in different creeds, different colors of skin and whatever, and the perpetrators have also been different colors of skin as well. In fact, wasn't it that they sold their own people off to America or something? From what I've heard, that's what we've been told anyway. It's in stuff on like how even the word slave, it comes from the word Slav, which means Eastern Europeans, Slavic countries. So it's kind of ironic that the word slave, which means Slav, you know, they try and use that word as like some kind of anyway, yes, please do they only cover what they are allowed to by the establishment. Yeah, exactly. It's all a lot of BS in it. It's not that it's BS, it's just that it's misleading. And what's this? Everyone is free to obey his religion when then why they fight. Yeah, no, that's the thing, isn't it? Some of them might believe that anyone that's not on their religion is therefore on the evil side or whatever, and therefore they need to unalive them. But it's like, well, but then you think to yourself, well, if they're such like bad, then why doesn't God do it himself? Thank you for the follow, Christian. Why is he relying on you to unalive all these bad people? Um, you know, like it just, thank you for the follow, Carmel. It just doesn't make any sense, does it, when you think about it? God's supposed to have all this power, so why is he making you go out and do all this shit, risking your own life to do it when he's so powerful that he could fix it all? Oh, but you need to be like, show that you're, it's like, it just sounds like the gods of these storybooks are just like is a complete narcissist, a god that requires constant praise from everybody. Sounds like a complete narcissist to me, because humans cause this shit, not him. But I thought you said you weren't a religion or something. Are you trying to like, I don't know, it sounds like you're trying to kind of justify things, but it's like, but I'm saying it's not my problem to try and, go and fight someone else's war or something. I don't know. Oh, you're a believer. Okay. We were talking about religion. I guess you were talking about Christianity. I just find the whole religion thing just ridiculous in general, whether it's Christianity or Islam or whatever. Like the whole thing of just like, I don't know. Like I have many, many questions that have never been properly answered to me. And yeah, like I just think that it's all a way of controlling people because they give you the fear of going to hell or the fear or the chance to go to heaven or whatever. Hello, Esther, which just keeps people like obeying the church or whatever. And obviously, not every Christian goes to the church and all that, but thank you for following Kimmy. But it's like, even the thing is, not everyone even agrees on what God even is. Like, some people have a different perspective. Some people think that God is something else. Like, no, I'm not Neston. No. Don't even. I've never played Call of Duty. Hey, Jew, Jewifo, how you doing? Oh, you don't attend church, okay? So do you read the Bible or something? Hi, Grace, how you doing? Hope you're well today. If you're new here, please give me a follow. It can get just a bit touchy subjects, these sort of things, really. So I don't know. Maybe I should try and not talk too much about it. Really. Thank you for follow, Grace, because I end up just getting it. I get kind of a bit triggered, and other people get triggered. And thank you for follow, single lady. It's like you get these people out in town who just like screaming about about sort of repenting and all this kind of crap. It just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It's like, I don't know. I don't see how that's really going to help your cause. Thank you for the follow, Judy. And all it does is just make you look like crazy. Thank you for follow, Northern. Nice, says Norman. Okay, thank you. I don't mind. I don't shove it down people's throats. So fair enough. I can respect it when people are like that. I mean, but then I've got to be careful not to like try and preach my kind of. The thing is, I don't actually know what the truth of it. It's just I'm just very much like the kind of person where I'm like, if this God requires everyone to praise Him and stuff like that, and what do you mean comparative religion? What's that? Then I just see him as a complete narcissist. If he's relying on you to like, to constantly praise him, that he's only going to, sort of help you if you constantly praise him. And I don't know. Oh, Bali. Oh yeah, I've heard of Bali. Yeah, I've heard that the prices have gone up since like so many people have gone over there. No, it's not quite winter yet. It's still autumn here in the UK right now. It's like, yeah, so that with Bali, it's like the prices have gotten more. I've heard it's gotten more expensive to live there. Hello, Ashini, how you doing? Good to see you again. Oh, you have rain. Okay, where are you from? That's like things are get because you get all these tourists going over. And the thing is, right? I was thinking about this actually. Like, what if so many people ended up leaving the UK that it became expensive to live over there? Hi, Angie, how you doing? I'm all right, thank you. How you doing? Oh, you have rain. Okay. You have every right to believe what you want. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I guess it seems to be like, yeah, thank you for following, Andrew. It seems to be the ones that tend to be more like the Bible bashing types, the ones that are more quite militant about it. Thank you for follow, Mitch. But for all I know, it could be in some kind of computer game or something. I don't know. Thank you for the follow, Gel. Right, kind of just like I'd have these thoughts of like, what the hell is this? I'm not saying I'm a complete atheist either, because I think they can also be quite closed-minded as well. But I wish it's just like, I mean, sometimes I just have these thoughts of like, this world is just something that's beyond my. explanation. But I can't explain like what the hell is going on. It's like, or even comprehend what's going on because nothing really makes sense. Because according to science, we're actually just kind of like we're just made up of we're just atoms just formed a certain way, and then it just sparks consciousness into existence. So like, at what point did this become conscious? So like that's one thing I would it doesn't necessarily mean that there was a god of like the way that people think of it as, but the whole thing of like science kind of basically like denouncing the existence of a soul or a spirit or something like that. But then, but they still haven't explained that the hard question of consciousness. You know, how does material things spark consciousness? Because according to Big Bang, and then everything just this random mess, and then things just Hello, Louisa. How you doing? What you well, Mac? Thank you for that. So if you're new here, please give me a follow. I think people should be good and learn to be good people without religion. Yeah, I think that like we should learn to just have a moral compass and all that. Do we really need religion to teach us that? Because I find that can be quite dangerous if we just base our entire morality on some book instead of trying to like find it from within and just kind of I don't know. But everyone's got their own opinions, really. Some might say, "Oh, some people need to be guided." I don't know, but it's just we have to be careful not to just because if the book tells you to, you know, to hate on homosexual people, for example, then it's like then people start doing that. Now, I know like some people say that it's not really in the Bible that much. I've actually heard that it doesn't really talk about it that much about it being a sin and all this kind of stuff. Um, yeah, hi, it's Emily. I don't live a Bible life. What do you mean by that? You know about the whole kind of thing of being pure and all this kind of stuff, and having to like. I mean, I know in like I don't know if in the Bible whether it talks about not drinking alcohol and things like that. I know in like the Quran they're not allowed to supposedly, but hello Aurora, how you doing? You all right? They're not allowed to drink alcohol. That might be one of the reasons why they can seem to be doing quite well for themselves because all that money that's spent on alcohol, it's crazy, isn't it? People will spend like a few quid just on a pint of beer. It's crazy. Even nowadays, it can cost like a couple of quid almost for like a bottle of Coke, like a 500 ml bottle of Coke, Crazy. Like, I remember when they were about 70p or something. They do, lol. What's that? I don't know. Kind of lost now. But yeah, it's everything's. It's like we're talking about, like how someone was saying that if they accounted for the price of Freddos or something, then the minimum wage should be about 17 quid an hour, something like that. Thank you for following MSR. How you doing? Hello, Kimmy. How you doing? I hope you're well. Oh, you do drink alcohol, right? Well, so does it frown upon it in like the Bible then or something? Because I know like in the Quran it does, but I've never really heard too much about because yeah. Oh really? Okay then. All right. Okay, okay, go on live. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Francesca, how you doing? I hope you're well. Hi Hazel, how you doing? Welcome in. Eva and Creatures, how you doing? Midi, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day, everybody. Louise, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today, everybody. Yeah, so what are your plans for the week ahead then? Yeah. Yeah, tap those screens up. I had a few Muslim friends on social media. Oh, really? So, did you ever get into any like debates or them or anything like that, or do you just kind of like let them be kind of thing. Sometimes I like to just know, like, why is it that people believe what they believe? Yeah, it's like same with like political views. I just like to kind of try and get in their mind about like, why is it that you think that way? Like, what is your? Because sometimes people just believe in it just because that's how they were brought up, and they never question it. Thank you for follow, Catherine. Or they drink occasionally. Or is that in the Bible or something? Or you're on about on the Muslim friends, but it's like, isn't it supposed to be a sin to drink at all? Because they say about the whole thing of it poisoning your mind, and then you're not able to really kind of, maybe you lose some of your morality when you're in that state. Losing some of those inhibitions. I guess it depends on how much you do it. Because for some people, it's like if they've had a glass, then that's not enough to really make them lose control. But then once they've had a few pints, that's when they start to stop being in control of the, kind of morality and all that kind of thing. Thank you for the follow, Harriet. How you doing? Welcome in here. Hope you're having a great day. Melissa, how you doing? Welcome in. Nice to meet you all. Bible is books revealed from the God's famous Quran. Okay, well, I don't know. I just think that, like I said, it's like I mean, it's like there was that King James Bible, but there wasn't that written to please the king. They were called King James from like 1611 when it was put out. So it was like, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I had to question it when a lot of bad happened and no one was stopping the bad, no matter how much I asked for help. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, were you like praying or anything like that? Like some people, I mean, I've heard that there is some like power to prayer, whether that means that there's a God or whatever, but it could just be in terms of creating a certain frequency, like doing certain kind of mantras to like praying for certain things to happen, that you're setting an intention and something like that. But it's kind of more like more of a new agey type of perspective on it. Like, okay, thank you, Vilda. Hi, Robbie. Welcome back. If you want to know something about Quran, I can send you verses of Quran. Okay, well, thank you. Hi, Obia Herwi. How you doing? Welcome in here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's try and get 5,000 likes real quick. Yeah. Is everybody all right today then? Thank you all for being here. I'm doing fine, thank you, Winnie. How you doing? The 67 guy, how you doing? Welcome in. Good job your name's not 69, guys. Hello, Maze. You all right? Hope you're well. Nice to see you all here today. But I think we should try and just have respect for each other, whatever we believe in, really. I don't really speak much Spanish. I know words like hola, adios, gracias. I don't know a few words, but I couldn't speak Spanish. I mean, hello, Elenko. How you doing? Oh, take care, Terry. Have a good day. Hi, Matuku. How you doing today? Welcome in here. Hi, Vilda. You all right? Matuku. Hello. Hello, Sastri. How you doing today? Thank you for joining me this morning. Sorry, this afternoon now, actually. But yeah. But so we've got to try and learn to have some respect for each other's beliefs. But everyone can get so kind of militant. Some people can get so militant about their beliefs, and that someone else has a different belief, they get triggered by that. Okay, well, I'm getting rid of you then, So yeah, just go away. It's like you just start, yeah. So that's just dodgy, innit? Hello, Dharma. How you doing? Dharma, hello. I'm all right, thank you. How you doing? Some freaking trolls keep coming in, I should just block them, but it's like, but I've heard though that if you block people, then it can work against your account or something. Hello, Dharma. Yeah, I'm all right, thank you. Yeah, Colin, how's it going? Thank you for joining me today. Let's get 5,000 likes. So, yeah. Anyway, HW everything. What does that mean? What are you saying there? Don't know what you mean. Maybe speak English or something. HW everything. Sorry, I don't understand that. Single or married? Why? Crying and praying, asking every night as a Catholic because it's all I knew at the time to pray and hope. Yeah, it's not always gonna work. There's certain things in life that's just gonna, unfortunate circumstances happen. Hello, line licensed. How are you doing? Yeah, it's not always gonna. Yeah, hello, Salhi Guev. How's it going? Hope you're well today. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Nice to meet you all. If you're new here, please give me a follow. But yeah, sometimes I would think like, why is it that like certain things happen? It's like, oh, dumber. Sorry, I'm not adding people up right now. You know, think why is it that this happens? Why is it that that I'm not getting help? You know, but it's like sometimes you have to take a step back and then try to see what you can do, because whenever you're putting yourself in a position of like looking for somebody to save you or anything like that. Cash only 11th of November, no internet payments, no card payments, no phone payments, stand together. All right, Ruth. Okay. So it's some kind of like rebellion thing going on. Thank you for the follow overflows. Yeah, it's like what's the life for? Why? So we just talk on here, really. I'm looking for a boyfriend. Well, I hope you find what you're looking for. Dalma, thank you for the likes. But yeah, I think this, I mean, to be fair, I do use, it's just, I guess it's just convenient to just use card, just tap a card. But to be fair, we should really all use cash, really. But it's just, we get into the convenience trap. So I'm kind of guilty of that myself, okay, why is that then? Anyway, is it for the green card or something? I mean, thank you for the 4K likes, everyone. No, sorry, I can't do that. Can you stop spamming the chat, please? All right. All right. What's up, everybody? Hope you're all well today. So you need somebody now. We don't. Just try and be happy. Just to join, and maybe you'll find someone when the time is right. Thank you for the follow, Atika. How are you doing today? Hope you well. Nice to meet you. Thank you for follow, baby girl. Hello, Atika. You all right? Welcome to my live. What's everybody's plans for the rest of the day then? Rochelle, how's it going? Hope you're well today. Let's get 5,000 likes. I'm from the UK. Where are you from? Yeah. It was hard at 6 years old. There wasn't much I could do. I asked my mum and school adults at the time. No one really knew what to do, and it got bad. So I got to 12 years old. Yeah. So what happened? Like, I mean, what was you praying for? Sorry, I'm kind of lost. Um. Okay, can we not talk about this stuff in here, please? It's just spam. Goodness sake. Hi, Yuren Kuwa. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. How are you doing today? Hope all is well. Tap up your screens, everybody. Thank you very much. Hi, it's Magic. Thank you for the likes. How are you today? Hope all is well. Almost on 5,000 likes. Thank you. I just said I'm from the UK. Where are you from? I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, glad you're doing all right. Yeah. Hi, Elucam, how you doing? Albert, how's it going? I'm from Kenya. Thank you for the follow. Nice to meet you, Albert. Right, Charlotte, how you doing? Elucam's from Ghana. getting a lot of people from Africa in right now, and Atika's from Indonesia. Yeah, we seem to be getting a lot of people from Africa and like Southeast Asia. Hello, Enki, how you doing? Thank you for following Elikim. Yeah, it's too dark. Sorry, what's too dark? What do you mean? Are you on about like the story that you're talking about, like your personal story? Um, but I think the problem is that when we're trying to like desperately trying to get some help from somebody else, I think that's puts you in a position of like disempowerment. Thank you for the heart meat. It's like this whole thing of like when people pray to be saved or something, but then it's like, have you ever looked at trying to save yourself? You know, okay, I'm not saying everyone's not tried that, but it's like you have to be confident that you can get through anything and that you have the power within yourself to manifest what it is that you want in your life, and you don't have to like look to some kind of magical being to do that for you. You don't have to pray to them to like, oh, please, can you get me such a thing in my life? Do you really need to do that? Because that's like, thank you for following Annalyn. Yeah, we are the magical beings. Yeah. That would be like blasphemy to, I suppose, to like religious people, wouldn't it? Hello, Annalyn from the Philippines. How are you today? So what are you up to today, Emily? And welcome back. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for the 5K likes, everyone. Hi, Queen Jane. How are you doing? Hope all is well. Hi, Ushi. How you doing? You all right? Nice to meet you all. Hi, Nana. Hi, Johnny. Hello to you, single mom. How you doing? Got my mum and dad coming over later. That's it. All right. Yeah. Do you get on with them then? That's why we should to know each other's beliefs. Yeah. I mean, like, it's good to like hear other people's perspectives, try and open your mind up. But as long as people are respectful of each other's beliefs and stuff, or you tolerate them, all right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, 'cause not everyone gets on with their family, do they? There can be a bit of tensions going on and stuff. Devour, how's it going? I hope you're well. Pfizer, JW, how you doing? Tony, how you doing? Welcome in. You all right, everybody? Nice to meet you all. If we only talk about small talk, surface level stuff, it's fine. What do you mean? Like, what other stuff do you talk about? Like, if does it like political stuff? You're talking about like disagreements and things like that. You and about, or like what happens with like beyond small talk? Then like, so sometimes it can be a bit out of touch. Be like, oh, back in my day, we had you know. You get a cane. If you misbehaved at school, you get cane. Hello, Kimberly, how you doing? Get whipped with a cane. Thank you for follow up, Kimberly. Yeah, it's like they try to say that, oh, I suffered, therefore you should suffer. Hi, Liam. Why? The fuck? Alright, let's just get rid of that shit. Hi, little fox, how you doing? My sister went no contact with my dad, so sometimes he tries to talk about that and it's awkward, huh? Yeah. Yeah, it's not good, is it, Especially when you've got other people around, it's just like, try and keep things civil, Some people just won't let certain things go, will they? It was probably his fault that they went no contacts, and it's like they won't take any responsibility. That's the thing with like if they're a bit narcissistic, maybe or something like that, where it's like they'll refuse to take any accountability for like the mistakes that they've made and try to blame you. Okay, and okay. Yeah, it definitely was his fault, but he won't see it. Yeah, I don't think he probably wants to see it. I'm guessing because he probably could if he really wanted to see it as because you have to swallow your pride, don't you? Of being like, I own it. And the thing is that a lot of men think that they have to be this kind of like narcissistic kind of like thing of like being kind of acting like you're perfect and all this thing and that you're but to me like owning up to your mistakes and taking accountability is what a true man, a true masculine respectable man would actually do. Say, what, I fucked up and I'm gonna be responsible going forward to like yeah. He wants us to force my sister to make up with him. Yeah, that just sounds like you're trying to when you're trying to like bring other people into things, it's just that's not good, is it? So I can see why you wouldn't necessarily want to be around him too much. It's like, that's their problem, isn't it? That they're dealing with and makes me very tense when he mentions it. Yeah. It's like, if he's, kind of trying to like, bring you into it, it's like it's not your business to be doing that. It's like it's between them two. Don't be bringing other people into it. Yeah. It's just not very mature, is it? Anyway, hope everyone's well today. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. Thank you for the follow for Stina09. How are you? Welcome in. Yeah. Hi, Marinel. How's it going today? All right, Len. Hello, Soul Ties. Hello, Anaj143. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Thank you for Stina09. Yeah, nice to meet you all. What are your plans for the rest of the day, everyone? Yeah. Hi, Sophie Sparrow. How's it going? I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Nice to meet you too. Hello. Yeah, nice to meet you. Where are you from, by the way, everybody? Sophie says, good. That's good then. Hi, Hannah. How are you today? Hope all is well. Thank you for the follow. Saydoy1181. Then next week, I'm off work with my elder son because his half term starts early. Will be nice. Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Nice. All right. Hello, Saydoy. First thing is from Philippines. We're working for a different country lot. All right, fair enough. Where you working then? Thank you for follow Ying Ying. How's it going today? Hope you well. Nice to meet you, mate. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Welcome in. Hello, Katie. How are you today? Hi, Sana. How's it going? Serrado 1989. Thank you for the likes. Joel Velasquez. How you doing? Welcome in here. Handling some stuff in Hong Kong, Macau, and Thailand. Oh, okay, cool. Mayday, how's it going? Hope you're well today. I'll come in here. Not sure how much longer I'm going to stay on. Probably about another maybe half an hour, something like that. We'll see. But yeah, seems to be going pretty well. So let's keep it going for a little while. Like Myra, how's it going? Hope you're well today. I'll go on live off now, I think. Yeah. Eileen, are you all right? Thank you for the follow. We've got two. How's it going? Foxy, how you doing? Welcome in here, everybody. I don't know what's going on with my mum because she's just gone silent. Bit concerning, really, because she's usually kind of. I don't know what's happened to her because we were supposed to be having a phone call this weekend, and obviously that's not happening now because it would have happened. Yeah, she's just gone kind of silent. I've not. Like last thing was like 4 days ago. That she usually sends quite a lot of like videos, like just kind of. She'll send these like videos on like WhatsApp or whatever. Well, she started sending them on like just like email or something, but it's a bit odd because we were supposed to be having a phone call. She said, "Oh yeah, ring at the weekend," but then she just gone and I haven't seen her. I don't know. Last time I saw her, it was a few days ago. Really, I think. No, you can't. LP. First says, yeah, I don't know. I can't remember last time she was in a live. I think it was maybe 3-4 days ago. But it's like she's usually in the chat, so it's like, what's going on? Hopefully she's all right. Yeah, because it's like, what's going on with her? Has something bad happened? You know. Yeah, hopefully, yeah. It's just a bit odd because Has she been posting on TikTok? Yeah, well, Richard said she hasn't really been posting as much or something. So I don't watch her on TikTok, to be honest. Hello, Spocky, how's it going? Yeah, hopefully she's fine, but yeah, need to do a wellness check. Oh yeah, a welfare check. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Check that she's all right. It's like because I remember because I'm watching some of these like true crime videos, and then it's like because sometimes they'll have not been like nothing, no one's heard from them for a while. So then they go and do like this welfare check, and then they go and find some horrific discovery. Hello, Filipinos. It's just crazy how people can become like that. Why people do certain things. Why do they commit these crimes? I've got 19 in here apparently now. So welcome in, everybody. If you're new here, please give me a follow. Maybe send Richard instead. Oh, well, have you seen Richard before? He talks like this. It's a bit campy, It's like, but yeah, him and Haley apparently are quite close now, you know what I mean? Well, they've always been quite close since they've met, but they've kind of become more than just kind of friends now. If you don't come online for a few weeks, I'll do a wellness check. Oh yeah, I bet. But it seems like most people just forget about you, really. Hi, Jackie. How you doing? Thank you for following whoever that is. If you're new here, please give me a follow. That'd be really appreciated. First thing it says, haha. All right. Oh goodness. Yeah. The world is really, really dark when you get to the dirt of it. Yeah, exactly. It's like I was talking about the way that the system is and how corrupt it all is. How it's like, for example, with things such as like people being able to, if they've got enough money, they can buy a good lawyer, things like that. It's like, well, it's not really fair, is it? Someone could have the money to be able to then give them protection. Some might call it legal immunity, right? They've got, it's like, yeah. It's a way of basically meaning that they can pretty much just get away with anything in a lot of cases, or at least they think they can. Maybe you can ring her after the live. It might be a nice surprise. I tried ringing her this morning, but she's just not picking up. It's just going straight to answer phone, whatever they call it. Yeah, so I don't know. It did that yesterday as well because she said ring at the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and we were supposed to be calling the other week, but she kept having things happen, and well, she's been having some issues with her health and different things, but she said a few days ago she had her auntie, not my auntie, like her half sister round. That's dodgy. Surely she would have seen it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why she just gone silent. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of people don't get justice exactly because if they've got loads of money, and then sometimes the people that got all that money from illegitimate, reasons. So it's like the whole thing's fucked. So you could have someone be some frigging grifter or whatever, make a load of money, and then it's like, and then they go and do some crime, and then they get away with it because they can just bribe the lawyers to then just basically put in a bunch of bullshit to back them up. You know, a little fox. How you doing? I don't even like the idea of lawyers for that reason because it's like because of how they're not really like impartial, because they're trying to like their job is to try and back you up. But then if someone doesn't have the money to be able to get a good lawyer, then they're fucked in a lot of cases. A lot of people get wrongly convicted of things because they don't have a good lawyer, you know? Hello, Sailor, you all right? Hi, this is J J ZX second act. How you doing? It's not about justice, really, is it? Exactly. It's just bullshit. Even things like cops, people like even sometimes cops can get paid off as well, can't they? Someone has the money can be like, oh yeah, we won't we won't press charges or what. It's like it's just bullshit, It's just not right. Some people can think they can just get away with anything. Hello, whoever that is that's just joined, welcome in. How are you today? Where that's you from? Is that Russia or something? It looks like a Russian name or something. But yeah, like I said, the whole system needs to be completely like overthrown. But like I said, maybe I shouldn't try and focus too much on that because there's only so much that I can do. But like I said, I want to start off by trying to live by example and just like, hopefully that people follow and try and maybe at some point I can gain influence. And then from Armenia. All right. Okay. It's just the language kind of looks a bit similar to Russian. I'm guessing it's like, I don't know. I suppose it's quite close to Russia. Yeah. I've heard about this thing called the Armenian genocide. And there was a thing called the Young Turks or something. But there was this friggin' like, it's like a kind of media, it's like like a media kind of biased media kind of company, and they're called the Young Turks, and it's like, well, and the woman that's in there is an Armenian. It's like, so you're literally going on a thing called the Young Turks that literally is the name of the people that calls the Armenian genocide. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she was on with a bunch of Turkish people or something, and they call themselves the Young Turks. What the fuck is that about? That's fucked. Her voice sounds like countryside. I guess you can sing. I mean, I don't know. You mean like country music? I hate country music. I don't speak English, real sorry. Okay, no worries. 100%. I've had cops completely look at a bad guy and do nothing. Yeah, exactly. They're not to be trusted, but then they'll arrest someone who's innocent. They'll harass and arrest people, interrogating them when they've done nothing wrong. Armenia is a part of the Soviet Union, so there might be some influence on the language still, possibly. But it's the whole Armenian thing is, yeah, I just remember the whole Armenian genocide thing. Has she been active on WhatsApp? No, she went on to like Gmail for some reason, and I have, like I said, last thing was 4 days ago, I think. So I don't know what's going on. Hello, Shika, how you doing? Because like I said, we're just going to answer phone, and sometimes if she can't call, she would like let me know or something and say, "Oh, I can't do it today. I'll do it such a day." Thank you for follow everybody. So I'm just on TikTok at the same time. There's a lot more people on there, so I get through. How's it going? But I think there was something like 1 million people that got unalived in that war. Hi, Mauricio, you're right. Hello there. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hello, Daviska. How's it going? I hope you're well. But yeah, Armenia was very close to Russia, wasn't it? So that makes sense. Yeah. Same with like Ukraine. Like Ukraine used to be part of Russia, didn't it? Because that's what I think the whole like there was that whole thing of like around the Ukraine-Russia border. But ELB 2020, why about the Trump thing? I love doing different voices. Yeah. I want a morning call, but that's a bit more concerning. She isn't replying. Yeah, I don't know. Hello, Ellie Luxy. Been a while. How you doing? I've seen you over on. Did you say it was from York or something? If I remember, it's like on Freddy's Live or something. How's things with you? I was just doing my Donald Trump. Oh yeah, I could try and do my Freddy impression as well. When he's like, "My name's Freddy," and he has these eyes. And not bad. How about you? What the hell? Oh, yeah. I'm all right. Thank you. Thank you for following. Yeah, it was a new account. I mean, not a new account. It was actually my mum's old account, but because I got like basically got bananaed off it. I'm on the wrong side of TikTok. Depends on your point of view, I guess. Yeah. Do a few different voices and things like, "I've had an accident and I think I'm entitled to some compensation." Yes, I don't know. Maybe I should be a voice actor. I don't know. Hey there, Miss Piggy. Kermit the Frog and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. Hi, AMA. How's it going? You hope you well. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just a bit concerning, but I'm not trying to. I'm not gonna like get too kind of bothered about it. It's probably nothing. Because sometimes it's like we have all this overthinking about like what's going on, why is someone not answering calls and things like that. But then sometimes it's just there's usually nothing to worry about. It's just so I'm not going to like try and get too worried about it because it can happen before where it's like when we're trying to talk to someone and it just seems like they're kind of hard to get a hold of. But in general, my mum sometimes can be quite hard to get hold of. It depends really, but which kind of sucks really because oh, Caroline, because sometimes I might want to talk to her about something, and then it's like it's hard to get in contact with her sometimes. Like, Ing, thank you for the likes. Even trying to send a message or something, it can be hard for that to even go through sometimes. So I don't know. It is what it is, isn't it? Really, just got to try and yeah, just focus on me really. But yeah, thank you for joining me today, everybody. Anyway. But yeah, Ellie, if you said if I remember, you said you were in York, but it's like have you not seen me out in the street because I've performed in York before? I've just been learning this instrument called the. Well, there's a few different names for it, but it's this thing that I put on the teeth, and makes these noises. You can make different noises with it. Yeah, so. Thank you for the follow, whoever that is. Hope my sons will want to talk to me when they're older. Oh yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes they'll just want to just completely like not talk to you anymore. Especially when they get wiser to see, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? AMA, how's it going? Yeah, you should still stay in contact with your family and stuff, unless it just isn't possible. Oh yeah, it does look like a pair of scissors, doesn't it? They're called a jaw harp, or a dew harp, or a mouth harp. Mac C. Vonnie, thank you for the likes. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. So I was thinking I'd picked it up quite quickly. Like it might be because like what I've come to realize is that if you've learned something like especially like other musical instruments a bit, then it's translatable to like other instruments somewhat. It's like you'll pick it up a lot faster, is what I'm saying, because you've already built the knack of other things. So it's like your brain sort of like it's like once you've learned things like music theory and things like that, and like rhythm and sort of stuff, then it's like it's gonna be a lot easier to pick up with other things, isn't it? See, I don't actually have her on Facebook. I don't really, yeah, I don't really add family on social media, really, to be honest. Anyway, all right, good for you, Desi Avita. Anyway. Oh, really? Is that one that's in your country? There's one called a danmoy as well that's in, that might be China or somewhere like that. But yeah, they have them in different countries, but it's like an old instrument that's. Angels, hello, how you doing? Hope you're well. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, please give me a follow. Hello, Faith, how you doing today? Thank you for joining me. What's everybody up to then? Thank you for the follow, Zahir123. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're well today. Tap your screens up. You too, Emily. See you later. Thank you for the follow, Angel. How are you today? Hope you're well. Share the live out if you can. Yes, I know I am, Dean. Yes. I'm a very unique guy. I'm very original and very. Nobody's like me. Nobody talks like me. Nobody walks like me. I am so different. Why is that? Why is that actually a really good impression? It's so great. Oh yeah. I could do one of like Jordan Peterson as well. That's another one. It's Jordan Peterson, you know. It's like Kermit the Frog. It's like a sad Kermit the Frog from Canada. It's like, like the way the men they're seen as like useless and like. But what the hell are we gonna do with our men though? It's like so bad. These woke feminists, like. All right, I don't know. I'm just kind of like not really focusing on that stuff. It's like so bad, the way that I don't know. It makes me so sad, He says all the time, doesn't he? How you doing, everybody? Yeah. So anyway. Hope everyone's doing well. Share the live out if you can. Just keep the chat flowing. I'll be on for a few more minutes, everybody, and then I'm going to get going. I'm going to get some shopping, I think. Thank you all for the likes and stuff. So, yeah, I really appreciate you all stopping by. It's been a good chat today. So, yeah. Anyway, Karen, how you doing? I hope you're well. Cynthia, how are you today? Willits, how's it going? Ron DeSantis, how's it going? Ron DeSantis, that's like a play on Ron DeSantis or something. That's got to be like a fake name, right? There's this guy called Ron DeSantis, the American. I don't like Ron DeSantis anymore. He was a great guy, but we are not friends anymore. Just like Elon Musk, we're not friends anymore. I got divorced from Elon. Elon is such a terrible guy. He was saying that, why am I not releasing the Epstein files? Saying that because I'm I don't know. Oh goodness. Hey, Donald Trump. Come on, why not release the Epstein files? Come on. Hey, Trump, Donald Trump, President of America. Doing a Joe Biden, but he's gone. Is he even still alive, Joe Biden? I thought I would have probably heard of it because didn't he? Isn't he sick or something? I don't know. Let's see about Joe Biden and so it looks like he's still going somehow, and he's like, he's. Let's have a look. Let's say how are we doing, everybody? Hope you're all well today. Yeah, looks like he's still there, but nice to meet you all. Hope you're all having a good day. Looks like he's still alive somehow. He was born in 1942, so that makes him 82 years old. So yeah, and it looks like he's got he's having some mental decline for a while. It was a surprise he even made it through the term, but thank you for seeing it. But then some people reckon that he could have just been acting and it was just all kind of just more of a distraction that they're doing to kind of, I don't know. All right, Katrin, thank you for the likes. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here, everybody. I'll do a few more minutes, guys. So, yeah. I've been enjoying coming back into this. Just got to keep at it, really, haven't we? Got to try and be consistent and maybe it'll start building back up again. The problem is I was being a bit inconsistent for a while and I just need to try and, really get back into it again properly. Stick to a proper schedule with it. Thank you for the follow, Justy. How are you doing today? Hope you're well. P, how you doing? You well today? Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the rose, Catherine. How you doing, Catherine? I hope you're well today. Nice one. Yeah, if you're new here, guys, please give me a follow. That'd be really appreciated. Hi, John. How you doing? Hi, Jose. How you doing? Welcome in. Hi, M. Wesh. How you doing? Nice to meet you all. Any plans for the week ahead then, everybody? I need to sort my beard out soon. It is getting a bit, But then again, some people like the beard, but it does get a bit kind of a point where it's like, I don't want it to get to a point where where food starts getting stuck in it and things like that. So it can be a bit gross. Hello, Ms. Riz and Grace. How's it going? Hope you're well today. Sorry for pronouncing your name wrong, but Rob, how are you doing today? Dennis, how are you doing? Welcome in, everybody. Giuseppe, how are you doing? Thank you for joining me, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good day anyway. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. I'm all right, thank you, Rob. What about yourself? Yeah, hello to you, Elizabeth. How's it going? Catherine, thank you. Yeah. So I've been thinking about buying some land and putting a mobile home on it or something. So I want to try and do that soon. I think it'd be fun to do that actually, but yeah. Thank you for the follow, Elizabeth Elodie. You all right? Welcome in here. So everybody's plans for the day then. Hi, Dodd. How's it going? You all right? Yeah. All right. Heavy rain today. All right. Yeah, it's all right here. It's gone a bit overcast, but it's all right. Where are you from, Rob? Did you say? Hi, Princess. How you doing? Ollie, how are you today? Welcome in here. But I was doing this like 600 jump squats the other day, and my legs are still sore. Like when I'm like standing up, and like, especially when I'm sitting down, like, and they feel like a bit sore. So Manchester always the same, but oh yeah, it just rains, doesn't it? It seems to not rain as much over here. I used to live in Blackburn. It was just raining all the time over there. Lancashire and all that. Rain, rain, rain. Yeah. Then that Rob from Manny. Then that mate. Yeah. So I was talking about like the Manchester accent and stuff, and someone was saying that there's two accents. You've got the Salford accent, and then well, Salford's technically not Manchester, but then there's apparently like different variations even within Manchester, like, but it's stuff that I wouldn't really be able to tell because I'm not actually from there. Thank you for the likes, Melissa. How you doing? Hope you're well today. But it's like you go up the road and the accent completely changes. So you go from Manchester to like say Liverpool, and it's totally different. It's only about 20 miles down the road. Oh, Bolton accent, right? Oh yeah, Greater Manchester, yeah. Bolton. Yeah, it starts to become a bit more like a Lancashire accent up there, whereas Manchester accent's more kind of. It has a bit of a chavvy kind of sound to it. I don't know. But yeah, it's like these different towns, they have their own accents. Wigan has its own accent. Like Wigan's a kind of like it sounds like a kind of a bit like a Bolton accent, but like stronger, I guess. It's got quite a strong accent, Wigan. Some play on the Manc accent to sound odd. All right. Do you mean they're just trying to exaggerate it? Yeah, right, mate. I'm hard as nails, mate. It seems like, say, like with London, that some of them try and exaggerate that as well. Oh, what? From London, mate. But then you've got Birmingham, but no matter how hard they try, they'll never sound hard because the Birmingham accent just sounds weak. So, all right, I'm from Birmingham. It sounds really nicely, doesn't it? The Brummie accent. So no matter how hard they try, they're not going to sound hard, are they? It's always going to sound quite soft. The Brummie accent, isn't it? Yeah. But someone was telling me that the accent completely changes depending on which side of the M61 you're on or something. So do you know about that? Because I remember I was talking because someone said they were from Walkden, which is sort of between kind of Bolton and Manchester area, right? And it's like kind of that's apparently where the accent switches or something. Whereas on the other side, you've got like Farnworth and like kind of that area, which sounds like a Bolton accent. In fact, I think isn't that where Peter Kay is from around there, isn't he? But yeah, thank you for the follow, Margie. Hope you're well. It's just odd how an accent can just switch very quickly. Thank you for the follow, Fi. I just find them fascinating. It's like, yeah, because even where I was from, I noticed differences even just going to the next town. Oh, Farnworth. Yeah, was that? Yeah, I've been around the park since. I mean, well, Moses Gate is kind of like, well, that's still Bolton, but it's like on the way down to Farnworth. But I think I actually came out at Farnworth. I remember just going right down to the bottom of it, and then thank you for the follow, WXX. Moses Gate, which is like, yeah, just massive park. I remember there was this thing like the Meccano Bridge. Have you seen that? Yeah, 10 minutes from you. Have you seen the Meccano Bridge? So I remember, like, you know, the canal, it's like a disused canal, the Bolton, Bury, and Manchester Canal. And I was like kind of fascinated because someone was showing me the Meccano Bridge because they'd been down there before, and it was like, yeah. So is Moses? Is like, would that be still classed as Bolton there, or is that its own kind of place? I don't know. I used to cycle down that canal. Yeah, yeah. It's just that they've like drained some of it or something, and it's like, yeah. Um, but yeah, it's like, yeah. At first, I thought like it was just like a regular canal or something, but it was like, but then so I was like, hang on, what the fuck just happened to the water? And it was all like drained or something. What's that about? Why have they just drained part of it? But then apparently it carries on further down. I used to go like to Bolton on my bike from Blackburn. So ride up through. I'd actually ride through Belmont sometimes. I'd go up like sort of, I don't know if you know some of these areas, but I'd go up like Tockholes and up the tops. It's quite hilly up there. It's like, yeah, but it's really good scenery and stuff. It's like up on the moors and stuff. And I'd ride up there. I used to ride up to like I used to ride as well up. Have you ever heard of a place called Chapeltown? And I used to ride up there and then through Edgeworth and a place called Crowthorne. There's a really good ride up there, and it goes really steep up this hill, and you get a really nice view up the top of there. Like you can see for miles and miles and stuff. Oh yeah, Oswald Twistle. Yeah, I used to ride around there. There was actually a hill called Broadfield, really steep hill up there. That's good as well. Thank you for the rose, Bunny. How you doing, Bunny? Hope you well. Nice to meet you. But yeah, just yeah, I think I've missed Alondra's goodbye or something. But yeah, nice towns. Yeah, I mean, Oswald Twistle, I think that has some quite rough areas in it, but it's like, I think it's generally pretty quiet. My grandmother used to have a friend there. Oh, thank you, Bunny, for the crystal roses. A nice one. Yeah, my grandmother would like, yeah, go see a friend there before she passed away. But yeah, because she lived in Oswald Twistle. But she also had another friend that moved around, like kind of like gypsies, basically. Oh, thank you, Bunny. It's like my grandma would have this friend of like these friends, they would just like move around all the time. Like one minute they were in like Rottenstall or whatever, and then the next minute they're in like Huncourt or something. If you know any of those places, they were like not stop raining on a. Where are you from, Mark? Yeah, it's not raining here at the moment, but I'm probably gonna have to put my jacket on, I guess, if it's just in case it starts pissing it down. Because I don't know if this will really kind of suffice, really, but I don't want to end up putting that on top, so I might just switch into the jacket. A place called Birmingham. I was trying to do the Brummie accent before, and I was talking about how, you know, it's like places like Manchester and London where some people try and act hard, but in Birmingham they don't sound hard to me. It's like they all sound like quite soft and uh Jans sits on NEO7, how you doing? But yeah, there's a lot of like, I don't know. Lancashire isn't necessarily one of the best places in the UK in a lot of ways, but it does have some nice scenery around like the Ribble Valley and the Forest of Bowland. Those are some really nice areas. Like once you get away from some of the shitty towns and stuff, there is actually some really nice places in there. A lot of people try and shit on Lancashire, but it does have some quite. They've done like Pendle Hill and stuff like that. Really good walk up there. It's quite a big hill actually. In fact, it's not far off being a mountain. I remember going up one side of it and it was like really steep. And yeah, I think we went round the back side of it and it was quite steep up that way. It was quite a steep climb, so yeah. Thank you for the follow, Ben. I remember this thing about apparently the north side of a hill is actually steeper than the other side usually. I think it was more the back side of it that we went. Either that or it was the side. I can't remember exactly, but I do think we once went up more the back side once. It was really steep up that way. I remember we once went up to Pendle Hill and it was like freezing cold. And I was just being crazy. I was like, I barely wore anything as well. As in, like, didn't wear much of a jacket, I don't think. Thank you for follow, Lerpit. And I actually got to a point where I was getting used to like the cold weather. And I would just try and go out and I would be like, I'd go out in like 5-degree weather with just a t-shirt on. I don't know how I managed to do it, but I was like, but it was at a point where like my body was just kind of getting used to that. Thank you for follow LK. But then again, it's like, I don't know. I've heard people talk about this thing that I don't know how true it is, but people saying that you can burn brown fat if you like, but that wasn't needed to do that anyway. But it's like, I've heard this thing about how, I don't, again, it sounds like it could be a whole other bullshit. People are claiming that you can burn brown fat by, like going in cold weather or going in like a cold shower. It just sounds like a bunch of bro science bullshit, snake oil shit. Like, because what they're saying is that white adipose tissue can turn into brown adipose tissue, as in it can turn into like brown adipose tissue, which is more of like a kind of, apparently it's like something that can just easily be like turned into just like heat or something. I don't know. It's all a bit kind of just sounds a bit dodgy. But thank you for follow Beauty Skincare and Clothing. How you doing? Thank you for follow LK. Thank you for follow Lerper. Thank you for follow Ben. Nice one, everybody. I don't know, guys, what you all think about that. Is it just some snake oil or something? Do you think like, well, that's the brown fat? Is there any truth to it? But they do say though that if you're in, say, like a cold shower, that you do burn quite a few calories just from that because of the body trying to like heat itself up. But then you probably shouldn't do it too much because it could stress you out, just like anything really. But there's said to be some health benefits to like cold showers or cold plunges and things like that. So it helps to, give you more energy and I guess, and just kind of, yeah. But hi Lucha, how's it going? I was wondering if maybe people could use a cold shower instead of like caffeine to give them a boost in the morning. Because then it might not give you that, that some of the negative effects of it. The problem is that people would then like, they'd have this kind of spike and crash, but I don't know if you would maybe still get the crash. But the thing with caffeine, if you have it too late in the day, it can actually interrupt your sleep. So you have to be careful with that. They say that caffeine has a half-life about 6 hours, which means that caffeine can still be in your system up to about 12 hours. Yeah, it wouldn't be very much by then, but still, if you're having caffeine and then 6 hours later you go to bed, you still got half of that caffeine in your system. Problem is, a lot of people go do their workouts in the evening and they load up on caffeine before they do their workout. So then they might be going to bed and there's still some caffeine in their system. It might actually be hindering their sleep somewhat. So it might actually be working against them, because sleep is when we actually recover better. And if our sleep's interrupted somewhat and not the best quality sleep, then you might actually be, it might actually be counterproductive. It's like, yeah, it might give you that energy in that moment, but then there could be a price to pay if you don't do it properly. So just something to consider, really. So yeah, I hope everyone's well today. Not seen anything of Nature's Window. Hopefully, maybe she'll show up later. But it's always have good conversations with her. But yeah. Anyway, hello Rachel. Hope you're well today. Thank you for joining me. So yeah, we'll be getting off in a couple of minutes, guys. But I've been enjoying going live and just kind of shooting the shit. Really, just. I don't usually script these sort of things, really. I just kind of talk about what I want to talk about and just kind of, free flow it, basically. Puttery, thank you for the follow. You know, sometimes I might talk about different places and different things. The other week I was talking about liminal spaces, and that's something that's kind of been an interest of mine. Things like liminal spaces, uncanny valleys, and stuff like that. Like that was something I was looking into. I'm doing fine, thank you, Rachel. It's like this whole thing of like, you know, there's a whole lore behind it. It's like what, you know, makes a space a liminal space and stuff like that, and why is it that we actually feel a sense of eeriness about it, and like certain spaces that like places that where they are left abandoned at certain times, like of the day, for example, like for example, a school when everyone's gone, that could feel liminal and a little bit eerie, sort of thing. Hello, Iana, thank you for the follow. Rachel, thank you for the likes. Hope everyone's doing well today. So there's kind of like a sense of like, it's an interesting subject, yeah. And the uncanny valley is like sort of this thing of like when somebody looks like it's like a humanoid type of creature where it looks look, what's that? Do you mean hi, this from oh, hello, nice to meet you. Um yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day today. Thank you for following Anna. Okay, stop spamming the chat, please, Leo. No one wants to do that, okay. Right. But yeah, the uncanny valley, it's like the where it's like someone looks kind of human but not quite. So not quite alien, but they're not quite human. That is this kind of grey area that is unsettling for people. Hello, Edna. I think it's just when something doesn't feel like when something feels kind of familiar but not completely. That can give you a sense of unease. Whereas if something's alien, like an alien, you would look at that and be like, okay, that's an alien. You can. I think it's just because something is hard to identify, and it's like, thank you for follow, Jalen. I think it's just the brain. It requires like clarity. It's like when you're not given any kind of clarity on something, it's like, what is this? Is it human? Is it not human? The fuck is it? Because it doesn't quite look human, but also doesn't look alien either. It looks too familiar, but not familiar enough to be certain that it's human. So it kind of like, yeah, it's that sort of grey area of that. So yeah. Thank you for the follow, Lastry. Yeah, nice to meet you all today. Yeah. Yeah, that's like looking into different things like different lore and different things like that. Like I quite liked watching like the back rooms and stuff like that, and there was all these different theories about it and like how to escape the back rooms and things like that. Oh yeah, you take care, Rob. Have a good day. Lastry says, "Nice to meet you too." Okay, thank you. It's been good. You know, I've had quite a few people hanging out, so I appreciate you all hanging out. And yeah, gonna do a couple more minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna have to get going. But yeah, just but is it what is it that makes people like watching things like true crime and stuff? Thank you for follow. There's somebody that says it's like the morbid curiosity thing, but there's a thing of like trying to understand people's motives, like why do they actually do what they do? Thank you for the follow, Rama. It's like trying to understand why is it that people, you know, do the things that they do. You know, it's like I think there's always like a motive behind certain things, something, whether it's rational or not. But for the most part, unless someone's just a complete psychopath, but even then, there's usually some kind of motive or some kind of interest that they have in whatever. But it's like, yeah, we have to just kind of, I don't know. Try and understand because if we can try and understand the way that people are, then it's like we can sort of look out for red flags. We can look out for warning signs in people that, like for example, things like narcissistic behavior tendencies, and if they're somebody that could potentially, you know, end up being dangerous, and then we can just kind of, you know, prevent things from happening before they get to that point. So I think it's good to like study these things and see like what what's the person's kind of like reasons are, even if they are very like, you know, what's the word? Kind of they're very like irrational. Like but it's like, yeah. I'm not saying that you should do it to try and kind of to let them off the hook and whatever, and just it's like you've got people, for example, like Ian Watkins from Lost Prophets, right? And he's just been unalived in prison, and it's like when I was so I looked into it, and I was like, he was the kind of guy who was just like basically he got into a lot of drugs, and then he was. And I think it was also the thing of the fame really got to his head. So a combination of the drugs and then the whole fame thing get into his head, and he just thinks he can just get away with anything. That's the thing, is that when people get to that level of like notoriety and stuff, they think that they can just do whatever they want and nothing's going to happen to them. But then little do they know that their whole world's going to come crashing down at one day, because it'll all come out in the wash eventually. Thank you for follow, Girlin. How you doing? Hope you're well. Yeah, nice to meet you all anyway. Thank you for follow, Sustila Desi. All right. Yeah. Any more questions before I go? There's a couple more minutes before I go, guys and gals. But yeah, we've been growing again, so that's good. Yeah, I think maybe it's just because I've been a bit more. I went through kind of a bit of a period of like just being all negative and all that, and just